bringing up this first comic. He's a newer comic, but man, he has blown me away with his talent. He is so quick-witted. He's just an awesome guy. Please, put your hands together and give it up for Topher Riddle, everybody. Topher, I stumbled on your name, dude. I'm sorry. Goodness.
Thanks everybody. And thanks Jen for the hug. I am a hugger. I'm a whore for hugs. I'm a bit of a hug whore. I'm a whore hugger. No, not that last one. I'm not that. I'm excited. There are a lot of ladies in the crowd tonight. And Merlin. A lot of ladies in Merlin. A lot of ladies in the crowd tonight. You know, tonight, I just, because there are a lot of you here, if I get too drunk to drive home at the end of the night, if any of you would be willing to give me a ride home, I would be willing to make it up to you by disappointing you sexually. So, and I'm pretty persistent. I won't stop until I hear a woman say that magical phrase that I love to hear, and that magic phrase is, fine. So hopefully it'll go better tonight than it did last weekend, because last weekend I spent the entire night hitting on a bartender, and she turned out to be a lesbian, which is fine. I love lesbians. I love them. I don't, if any of you were here last time I performed on a Friday night, then, I talked a little bit about lesbian stuff last time, and I don't mean to do like a recurring theme, but I'm curious about something. Are there any lesbians in the crowd tonight that can help me out with? Oh, thank you, because I was about to have to get rid of like 3 minutes of my set if that didn't go. I have a question for the lesbians. I was hitting on that girl and had no idea she was a lesbian. Do you guys just know? Do you just sense it? You just sense that other lesbians are in the room? Like Immortals in the Highlander movie series? The way they can just feel that there's another immortal in the room? Are you guys walking down the street and stop and go, there's another lesbian here. I can feel it. And then, just like in Highlander, you guys do whatever your version of fighting each other with blades would be, which I guess that would be scissoring, right? So, the last girl that I dated, while we were going out, she was bisexual. I was never lucky enough to benefit from the scenario that could lead to. But she was bisexual while we dated, and then as soon as we broke up, she went full-on lady gay, and I was a little messed up in the head, and I thought, oh, maybe I can get her back. I wasn't thinking straight. I was like, maybe I can get her back if I become a lesbian, and I thought, oh, I should do some research. So I went to the internet, and I watched a lot of what I like to call educational films, and I passed the written exam with flying colors, but then I failed the physical exam because I had too many penises. I had one too many penises, and so 6 weeks at the academy for nothing, is what I'm saying. I don't have any sort of segue to get from lesbians to this next joke about my mom, so... but yeah, I realized the other day that my mom is allergic to chocolate, and I say that because I've been trying to figure out the nicest possible way to call her a racist. But she is that. She is a racist. Swears that she's not. She's one of those. She doesn't think she's a racist. She'll start a sentence with, "I'm not a racist, but," and then she'll finish it with something really, really, she'll say, "I'm not a racist, but Asians give me the creeps," or "I'm not a racist, but if it ain't white, it ain't right." You know? Like, swears she's not a racist, but an awful lot of her tweets end with hashtag white power. That's all I'm saying. But she raised us. She raised me and my sister didn't turn out racist, but I don't think my sister possibly could be a racist because, well, a few weeks ago, we ordered pizza, and we got it with green peppers on it. And my sister said, why do they call these green peppers if they're not green? And that's when we realized that my sister is colorblind. And so we had to put her down. You know. And I couldn't possibly be racist because I have a black friend. That's a joke. I don't have a black friend. I have more than a black friend. I have 3 black friends. But I can't tell them apart. Because they're triplets, not because I'm a racist. Yeah. I realized not too long ago that when I was a kid, I watched a whole lot of movies, and a lot of the things that I knew as a kid were based on movies that I had seen. And I remember when I was a kid, I remember any movie where I saw somebody who was addicted to drugs, they always had a belt wrapped around their arm. And so I always thought, oh, I guess if you're on drugs, you have to have a belt wrapped around your arm, like it's part of some junky uniform. And I remember one time I was at the store with my dad, and we ran into a friend of his, and he was acting really weird, like a lot of sniffling. And after he left, I was like, Dad, what was up with that guy? And my dad goes, oh, son, I don't want to lie to you. He was on drugs. And I was like, oh, Dad, you stupid man. Like, he was clearly not on drugs, because if he was on drugs, he would have a belt wrapped around his arm to let all of us know that he's on drugs. And then I remember one day at school, my friend Aaron was like, yeah, my dad got really mad the other day, and he got the belt out. And I was like, oh my God, what did you do that was so bad that you drove your dad to drugs? And then my friend was like, you see this? This is what you get in my house when you spill paint in the garage. That didn't happen. That last part didn't happen. That's from the Breakfast Club. But I guess what I'm saying is I saw way too many movies when I was a kid. My family, we went to the movies a lot. This girl that I was kind of seeing recently, it's completely different. She hasn't seen very many movies. Her family never really went to the movies. And the ones that she has seen, she's terrible at describing. Like when I met her, I asked her what her favorite movie was, and she said, oh, I don't know. I don't know the name of it, but it's about these 3 guys who are best friends, and they live on an island, and they go on a fishing trip together. And I had no idea what movie she was talking about. And then we were at my apartment watching TV, and I was flipping through channels, and she goes, oh, wait, go back, you skipped it. That was the movie I was telling you about, it's on. So I went back a few channels, and I looked at the TV, and I looked at her, and I looked at the TV, and I looked at her, and I was like, so when you said the movie was about 3 best friends who live on an island and go fishing together, Jaws? Jaws was the movie that you were talking about? Seriously? Why didn't you just say shark? If you had just said the word shark, I guarantee you my first guess would have been Jaws. And she goes, I forgot that it had a shark in it. How do you forget that there's a shark in Jaws? That's like saying, oh, I forgot that there were snakes in Snakes on a Plane. Or I forgot about all those ghosts in the movie Ghost. Wow, that's not how I thought that would go. So just pretend I ended it on one of the really good ones. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, good night.
Keep it going for Topher Riddle, everybody. What did I tell you? Was he not amazing? He was amazing, wasn't he?